If you choose the test generator based on question categories test creation method, the system will generate test versions based on the question categories assigned to questions. It's essential that categories are assigned to the questions in the pool beforehand. You can use this generation method even if you do not use question categories. Simply define the number of questions from the question pool you want to use to generate test versions. This allows you to easily generate versions regardless of question difficulties and categories. On this step, you can enable Allow Different Points in Test Versions option. By default, branching questions and questions with the scoring method by answer weight are not included when generating test versions. Enabling this option includes them in test versions. Additionally, it allows the point and penalty of each question to be pulled from the configuration of the question itself instead of being uniform for all questions. Include the frequency factor when generating test versions. The system will take into account the frequency factor defined for each question and determine how often it will appear in the test versions. Define a new rule for test versions generation. When you click the New Rule button, a dialog will appear where you should. Select the question pool. Define the number of questions from the question pool you want to be contained in the test versions. Select the Include All Questions from Question Pool option if you want to include all questions from the question pool instead of inserting the number of questions manually. Note that if the number of questions in the question pool that meet the defined conditions changes, the number of questions included in the test version will also change. Click the Add New Condition button. One rule may have multiple conditions. Select the desired question category from the drop-down menu. Select the desired values of the question category, which will be used for filtering in the process of test version generation. Click the Select button. If you want to add more conditions for test generation, you can repeat the steps above. Click the Change button if you want to edit a defined condition. Click the Delete button if you want to remove a defined condition. Click the Confirm button to create the test rule. To define more test rules, you can repeat the steps above. Also, you can edit the rule or delete it. Once you have configured all the rules, click the Next button to proceed to the next step. The next step is the generator, and here you can define the number of test versions to be created. Choose between unlimited dynamically generated versions or specify a limited number of versions. If there are a limited number of test versions, you can enable the Randomize Question Order option. If there are a limited number of test versions, you can enable the Randomize Answer Order option. If there are an unlimited number of test versions, you can create this test as a practice test, enabling candidates to specify the number of questions from each question pool the test will contain. For more information about and assistance, please have a look at our user manual or rewatch this instructional video in the top right corner of the screen.